You could gain control of all your food choices permanently through the elimination diet. This is what happened with me. I could not control my food choices. I kept buying into these food cravings, these desires to consume certain foods. I kept rationalizing the consumption of these foods because I needed to put on weight, or I needed protein, or I needed whatever it was. But the reality was it was always bad for me if I was rationalizing it. I never rationalized eating broccoli or, an apple or all these things. I didn't say, oh my God, I went through this conversation in my mind for 30 seconds about needing to eat broccoli for these reasons. No, I just knew that I needed to eat it, and I ate it. Anything that didn't feel that way with food, I realized was a hook. It was a craving. This craving was a sign of an immune sensitivity. And this is what kept me stuck in this chronic illness loop for all this time. I kept consuming foods that were causing me issues, causing me sensitivities to things like eggs, dairy, nuts, seeds, gluten, processed food, meat, too much meat, those things. All these things fed into my chronic illness symptoms. And at the end of the day, that was something that just kept me completely tricked. So if you want to escape this lack of control over the food, it keeps calling you in, it keeps driving your symptoms, then what you need to do is you need to go ahead and do the elimination diet. The elimination diet is starting with foods like fruits, vegetables, rice, potatoes, beans, lentils, oil, salt. Do that for 10 to 21 days. Give yourself a chance, okay? 21 days is the best. You do 21 days. From there, you can start to add one food back at a time every couple days. You could try adding eggs back in for a couple days. Do you feel good with eggs? Okay. Well, I feel no change in symptoms at all from eggs. Okay, well, eggs are probably fine, but I still wouldn't eat eggs every single day because it's a low-grade irritant food. I would eat eggs 4 or 5 times a week, max, right? Next food, okay, we tried dairy. Okay, well, dairy, I got headaches. Okay, well, dairy doesn't work with you. You got to put it on the shelf for 6 months. Okay. Then we tried another food for a few days. Gluten. Gluten didn't work. I had stomach problems. Okay, gluten won't work. You got to put that on the shelf for several months because gluten's typically a major intolerance. I tried spices. Spices gave me runny nose, gave me a headache, etc. This is what you have to do to be able to identify the food sensitivities and gain control of your diet, because these foods that you like are going to hook you back in because they provide you pleasure. Things like gluten, dairy, nuts, seeds, all these things provide fast calorie sources. They have complex proteins. They have much harder to digest, and they have a high likelihood of leaking through your intestinal walls into your blood and causing you immune reactions. And when you have immune reactions, you get these exaggerated dopamine responses. And when you have exaggerated dopamine responses, then the whole situation gets out of control, because then you start craving foods because you get these exaggerated dopamine hits from the food. And then you start going down, and when the dopamine runs out, and you crave more food, and you start this instant gratification cycle with food that's hard to escape. That's why elimination diet is the only way out, because if you do this fully for 21 days, you get rid of these cravings, you get rid of the desire to consume these foods, then when you add them back in, you will see change in symptoms. And you got to remember that if your symptoms get worse, then you have to realize it is the food. It is nothing else. Don't let yourself rationalize the consumption of foods that are hurting you. I did it for years myself. I ate meat for 15 years thinking there was no problem. Eventually realized when I cut it out for 3 weeks that it was causing a lot of my issues, and I didn't allow myself to ever see this because I just wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't allow myself to believe it. So don't get caught in denial with some of these foods. You'll see the sensitivities. You'll see the changes in the way you feel. Go ahead and make changes because of it. This is how you gain control of your diet once and for all. You gain control of your health. You gain control of your life, mind, body, and spirit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I get hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos on there teaching you how to heal yourself. Take care.